New kind of a built-in data type in Python, which is called as a set. So a list has its flexibility. We understood what tuple has to provide to us. Now sets are unique in nature. How they are unique in nature? They will hold the value which are unique. Unique means what? Means they don't accept repeated values. What do you mean by repeated values? Let's say there is 5 two times. So set doesn't like it. Set will simply ignore this. Okay, so that kind of so this is in its by default nature. Okay, when you go to your office, right, your boss might have a certain kind of a skill set, right, or some certain kind of a behavior or nature, right. Your colleagues might have different nature, your team lead might have a different nature. Okay, in your home also your brother might have different nature. So by default, by nature, lists are different, tuples are different, sets are different. So what does set says? Sets do not allow or ignore if there are repeated values. So how do I initialize a set? Very simple. I have to use the curly braces. How did I initialize the tuple? So for tuple, so there are multiple ways, by the way, to initialize a particular what do you call data type. So here, this was one way. Yeah, so I got a tuple. So how did I was initializing a list. This was another way. So then I checked with type, then this is the way for tuple. These are standard ways. If you do like list like this, tuple like this, sets like this, okay, these are standard ways, very easy. But in terms of so in tuple, I'm using here braces. For list, I can use the square brackets. So this is an empty list. For sets, what can I do? I can use this curly braces. But there is one more data type which we will discuss in dictionaries, which also uses these brackets, so we do not have to confuse. Okay, I will make that doubt clear here itself. Okay, so for now, just understand, uh, curly braces are used to initialize a set. Okay, so what this line means? This lines means I'm trying to initialize a set which has these values. What values? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Okay, and then I'm just printing these, and then I'm checking the type of this particular variable, because we usually because I mean, let's say you might not know. Okay, you do not, I mean, you are confused. Okay, some has this bracket, some tuples have like braces, list have that square brackets. But if you use a type function, your doubt will be cleared. Okay, if you see, this is just a print what values we have, and it says what class it is. It's a set. Okay. Now I will comment this, and this is the little bit confusing part. Okay, why it is confusing? Because dictionary also uses curly braces. Here you understood, right? Like we need to initialize this, but dictionary also. So let me try to, now what happened here is, here I when I initialize this, I did a type, right? So I got a class set. I'm initializing like this now. Okay, and I'm using a type. Now let's see what will happen. You see, it's telling class dictionary. So if you initialize with empty, so what is the catch here? If you initialize with empty curly brackets, right? So it will consider that as a initialization of, you are initializing a list. But if you put a value, right? Let's say I put a value here. It could be anything, 23, 56. Now you see, I'm not changing anything. I just place the value here. You see, it immediately became a set. In the same program, it immediately became a set. Even if I use one value, it's still a set. But what will happen if I remove this value? You see, it changed its behavior. Okay, so it became a dictionary. If I'm initializing empty, it will become a dictionary. but if I'm but if I'm giving some values, it will become a set. Okay, and we validated this through type. Okay, this in this particular IPynb file we will be discussing sets only primarily, but I just wanted to show you like in dictionaries also we can use these brackets, curly brackets. So the traditional way of declaring any kind of a variable, here I can use set, tuple, list, okay, whichever I'm familiar with. So this particular method stays the same, but rest of the methods can change. Okay, this is also initializing an empty set, because here I mean by this method I was not able to initialize an empty set, right? Because this was initializing a dictionary. But to initialize an empty set, I can use this. Okay, so and to initialize an empty tuple, I can use this method. To initialize an empty list, I can use this method. Okay, so these methods stays I can say consistent. So you might want to consider using these methods to stay consistent, but these are also the ways which will help us to initialize a dictionary or any other data type. If these sounds confusing, you can use these standard methods to initialize a particular kind of a data type. So here we just validated which type of this particular declared variable is. So we got a set. Okay, by the way, yeah, any doubt still here? Because maybe Sanji, all good, right? Uh, okay, take it as a yes. Hmm. Okay. So now in this example, what we are trying to do is we are initializing a set with a value. So what this example, let me just, so this is an example of initializing an empty set, and this example of initializing an set with values. Okay, so I initialized a set, but this set has what? Is someone telling something? Okay, no. But this set has but this set is having what kind of a value? It's a list. It's a list, right? It's a list.
Yes.
But I'm initializing it with a list value. Okay, let me just run this. Now let me try to take a repeated value. And now let's see what will happen. If you see, I'm just printing this, but it's not allowing printing of these repeated values. But in case if it would have been a list, my list, if for the same value it would have been a list, it would have printed this, right? See, my list. In this case, the repeated values were not getting printed, right? But you see in this case, okay, let me just comment this for the time. You see, all the values got printed, right? But here, when I'm working with sets, it's not allowing me to print. It's only printing unique values. That is what the behavior of set is. It by default prints unique values. That is why we are using it. Okay, there are certain scenarios where I can use a set. So like let's say I'm using an example of employee ID. So employee ID is unique, right? I do not want an employee ID of 23 to be of two person. It will create a conflict, right? So at those positions I can use set. Okay, so I mean we need to think in that way, like where which variables is best suited when we are designing a particular program. So employee ID is a good example. You might want to use, so in database, if you have worked little bit of database, so database has something called as a primary key. So anything which has a personality or you want to keep it as a unique thing, you can use sets in that. This is just for an analogy.
Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed our session at LWP Labs. For more videos like this, you can subscribe to our channel and contact the number for live classes. The future is now with AI.